I know a lot of you are trying to figure out a way to work out from home or something with the whole corona thing going around. So I'm going to go over day one of my Bodyweight fat loss program. And so I'm going to go through the full workout with you. And so you'll have someone to work out with if you don't want to, do something on your own. And you can go along with the video and go right along with me and just kind of pause and go back if you need to hear any clarification on anything. So the only equipment you're going to need for this is really a stool. If you have a pull-up bar, then you can follow along with me on that. If you don't have a pull-up bar, just find something to do with like a bent over row with. So you can fill up a backpack with heavy books, grab some gallon water jugs, really anything you can get creative and get your hands on, and just go along with that. So the format for the program, for at least the first half, is it's going to be a circuit, because if your goal is to lose weight, then you don't necessarily care about rest between sets and getting full output during your working sets. What we really care about is just keeping your heart rate elevated. So in order to do that, we're going to do a circuit, and after the circuit, we're going to do a second circuit. And so for the purpose of keeping the video short, you would do the first circuit as many times as you can, up to 5 times, and the second circuit, I believe, twice. And so I'm not going to go through that the full time, just to keep the video a reasonable length, but you can just pause it and go back to the beginning of each circuit if you want to repeat it. The circuit really should only last about 3 minutes, and the second one should last also 3 minutes. So if you're trying to get a 30-minute or an hour-long workout in, you're going to have to repeat those a few times. If not, if you're just trying to get something short and sweet in, this is better than nothing, just going through each of them once. So yeah, all you're going to need, some kind of stool, pull-up bar, or something else to do rows with. And I like to use a tennis ball at the end of my warm-ups. I'll get to that in a second. But we'll start going through the warm-up right now, and then after that, I'll explain the circuit to you, and we'll get going. All right, so we're going to start off with 50 hops in place. So all you're doing, you're just bouncing up and down, just kind of like little pogo hops. We're going to do 50 of these. And so this, we're just starting to get the blood flow going. Nice and easy, nothing hard, and we're just trying to get everything loose and get ready to get the rest of our warm-up in. And so after you've done that, we're going to switch to toe raises, and so that's going to get the front of our shins warmed up. So we're going to get, I'm just going to do about 10 of these, but if you're at home, go ahead and do the full 50 like you did for the pogo hops in place. I'm just trying to keep the video a reasonable length right now. And so after that, you'll go to your either chair or stool. If you've got a full chair, it may be a little bit too tall to do step down, so you may want to do a step up instead. So if you're doing from a chair, do step ups. If you're coming from a little stool like this, you can do step downs. So now we're going to start warming our knees up. And so with a step down, we're just going to control this down. I'm going to do 5 reps. Right, switch legs. Go ahead and slide your stool out of the way. We're going to get the back of our knees and our butt warmed up now. Chin it down, and you're just going to do a glute bridge. And we're going to get 10 of these. You want to kind of work through your heels here and get that full extension, getting the full straight line all the way from the knees down to the shoulders. Now, we're going to do some hip circles. So we're going to just do 10 of these. You want to get these nice and wide. Switch directions. And switch legs. the spine. So we're going to keep our head in place, and we're going to curl and really flex that full spine. Go down as far as you can, and then lean back to extend it. Going to do 3 of these. Alright, now we're going to do some side bending. Keep the rib cage upright. Three of those each side, and then next we're going to rotate. And so what I want you to do is I want you to move your eyes first, head second, torso third. So the eyes are going to track, head's going to follow, torso follows it. Bring the eyes back, head back. Same thing to the other side. All right. And so one of the ways I like to warm my shoulders up is to catch a tennis ball. So first, I'll toss it up, catch it like that. Six of those total, 3 each arm. Toss it up, and we're going to catch down next. And then next, we're going to catch it coming from the side, warm up our rotating muscles. All right. So that's it for the warm-up. Next, we're going to get into the circuit. And so the way the circuit is going to go is each exercise lasts 30 seconds. Try not to rest in between exercises if you can. As you're repeating the circuits, it may get kind of tough in that, third, fourth, fifth circuit. You may need, 10, 15 seconds to catch your breath. But if you can, try to keep that rest to 0 between exercises. And then after you finish the full circuit, then rest for a minute. And so if you want to just go ahead and write these down so you can just go ahead and work with me without having to know what we're doing next. The way the circuit's going to go is we're going to go close grip pull-ups or close grip rows if you're doing something else. We're going to go into walking lunges, then wide grip push-ups. Then we're going to do alternating single leg glute bridges. And then after that, we're going to do bear crawls forward and back, and then bear crawls side to side, coming laterally. And so like I said, so the goal is to go for 30 seconds. So if you have your chair or your stool, go ahead and slide it over by your pull-up bar. So you're going to do as many reps as you can on your own, but in order to keep going for the full 30 seconds, once you get to where you can't do full reps anymore, switch to putting one leg on the stool. If you get to the point where you can't do that, put both legs on the stool. And so the same thing with push-ups. If you get to the point where you can't do regular push-ups anymore, drop to your knees and do push-ups from your knees. If you can't do them after that, drop to your knees and put your hands on your stool or your box. And that'll let you keep going the full 30 seconds. Normally, if I was doing this, I would have some type of timer, use an interval timer from the App Store, but I'm just going to have to count in my head. So I'm not really going to be worried about counting out reps. Just going to be trying to keep track of time. And so we're going to go ahead and start going. All right, 30 seconds starts now. That should be about 30 seconds. Then we're going to walk in lunges. I'm going to go forward and back. So 30 seconds starting now. Should be about 30 seconds. So now we're going to go into wide grip push-ups. So your hand's going to be a little bit outside your shoulders. All right, timer starting. going to go to our single leg alternating glute bridge. And so go ahead and get down on these. If you get to the point where you can't get going with both legs, just switch to doing them with both legs. All right. All right, and then the last part of this circuit is going to be bear crawls, going forward and back, and then lateral bear crawls. And so I'm in kind of a tight space here, just because I'm making the video, but we'll just get going. All right, switch to the lateral bear crawls. Alright, so that is the end of that circuit. And like I said, this is where you'd want to get your rest in. Get a full minute of rest, and then repeat that circuit as many times as you want. Alright, so next, we're going to do some isometrics in an isometric circuit. So, start off with, we're going to do a wall sit. From there, we're going to hold a low position push-up. After that, we're going to hold double leg glute bridge. And last, we're going to do a flexed arm hang at about a 90-degree position instead of all the way up on the pull-up bar. And we're going to stick with the close grip push-ups on the pull-ups on that. And so for these, you're going to go for max time. I'm probably going to cut it at 30 seconds for each movement just so I can keep going and finish the rest of the video. But you'd want to go to the point where, not where it's burning, not where your legs start shaking, where literally you're holding the position and you can't hold it anymore and your body just goes down. That's the point where you fail. It's not where it's uncomfortable. It's not where it's burned. It's not when you want to quit. It's when you actually quit. So start with the wall set. Get those legs down to parallel. And I'm going to start the timer at 30 seconds now. All right, that's 30 seconds. If I was doing this workout on my own, I would not quit there. But just for the sake of the video, we're going to go ahead and stop. And so next, we're going into a low push-up position. You can do these wide grip, or you can keep it a normal grip push-up. So we're going to get here, find your spot, get down, and you're going to hold this for 30 seconds. All right, that's 30 seconds. Keep going if you can. And so next, I've got the double leg glute bridge. This is our second to last movement. We're going to get down, both legs to their heels, lock out, straight line from the knees all the way down to the shoulders. And you're not just hanging out here, you're flexing the glutes, keeping the hips up, flexing the hamstrings, keeping yourself pulled forward. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there, and then move to our flex arm hang on the pull-up bar at a 90-degree elbow. All right, pull yourself all the way up, lower yourself down. That's 30 seconds. All right, so that's the end of the ISO circuit. So like I said, you're only doing that one 2 times. So rest you up a minute and get started on that again. And so like I said, both of those circuits only last 3 minutes each. So if you are wanting a longer workout, you're gonna need to repeat those circuits several times. It's really up to you if you wanna do the first circuit, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then go to the ISO circuit and do it twice, or if you just want to alternate between the two, whichever one you're more comfortable with. But yeah, that's it. As you can see, goal is to keep the heart rate up, be breathing kind of heavy, and just work hard. All right, that's it.